Think we are live right now. Think we're live. Hold on one second. First of you all who are joining in, what is going on and watching the replay, just thank you so much. The last few videos I put out, getting you all's comments and messages and emails really warms my heart. So I wanted to say thank you. Right now. And I guess the reason I'm starting this is because if you don't know, if you follow me on Instagram, you know I was in Mexico City for the last probably like 10 days. And when I was there, I just was making videos and I want to get more content out there to serve you all better. And I can't remember your name. I apologize. But two ladies came up to me when I was in the park and they were 72, one of them, and the other one was 68, even though they both looked like they were 50. And they were saying, they watch me every day. And I was like, that's cool. Thank you. And I've started to ask you all, well, what's something you'd like to see? And they were just like, what about for older people? And I was like, older people. And I was like, they're like, yeah, we have a lot of thoughts and fears and all this. What if you talked about that? So I just wanted to create this video, and I didn't plan this out or anything, but for people who are over 50 years old, not that that's old, but I feel like I didn't see a lot of content out there. And for people who are over 50 and wanting to travel, now this will help you all who are younger as well. But I think if you're over 50 and you're worried about all these things, I think you need to remember that you have so much to offer. Some of you guys, and even if you're under 50, and by the way, if you're over 50, if you have questions, let me know either in the comments, send me an email or Instagram. But I think people who are older have so much to offer and they don't realize it. As I have conversations, and my audience is crazy demographic from everywhere, like you guys have so much to offer. You've been through so much, you still are going through things, and being over 50 and scared that you don't have things figured out and you're moving into this new part of your life doesn't mean that you can't help people out who are at the part that you were before. And I think so many times in our life, we kind of are like, well, I have nothing to share with anyone that can help them. And I think that is a mistake. And I guess I see it. And I mean, what are your thoughts on it? Let's start there. And can you guys hear me on the live? Okay, let me know. I have my microphone on, but can you guys hear me in the live? Are you guys here? And then the one thing that I guess I really think about is anyone who feels like they don't have something to offer. Like sharing content online, I've realized this with working with clients now as I'm shifting how I'm coaching people, is content just exposes things, okay? My camera's really, I don't know why my camera's so foggy. Let's try to fix up this quality a little bit. There we go. This should be a little bit better. It's a brand new computer. But I think that understanding you're always going to be scared. And I think that it's just about, if you could leave like breadcrumbs for people who are in the shoes that you were in before. As I look at people who are older and they feel like they don't have anything to offer, I just want to say that you do. You could be 30 years old and have something to offer to younger people, and understand that your fear to do something just exposes something within yourself. Now I'm talking to people over 50, but if you're under, it still applies. The one thing that I love of sharing content is people who are like, I don't like the way I look on video. The thing I like is, well, the person how you look on video, that's how you look in real life too. So what's that saying? So much of this need to be seen a certain way. And just because you're older, you're like, well, I should have it figured out. I'm over 50, so I need to have it figured out. So I don't want to share this. I don't want to share what I'm doing in the way I'm doing it. And believe it or not, I've realized that there's a lot of people who are older who almost feel like their usefulness is up. And there's people who are younger as well, but I really want older people to get this, feeling like your usefulness is up, which is ludicrous. Like every single one of you here have been through experiences. You've been through different experiences than other people here, and you have something to share. And being able to put that out and put that online in a space build something bigger than you that helps out other people. Now, YouTube is the thing that I say that everyone should do, because I think I'm going to make a video on that coming up soon, but it's searchable on Google, monetized. You can do so many different things, but so like, I feel like we're missing the voice of older people. Like we're missing the voice of older people. Like elderly people, we're missing their voice. People who are even over 50, people who aren't millionaires and have a lot of money, we're missing your voice. And maybe you're over 50 and traveling for the first time internationally. What did that feel like? What are those thoughts? What are those feelings that you have? What did you have to get over? What was your biggest fear? Like, and for people who are younger to understand that the fear doesn't go away. I met with some people the other day at lunch and we were talking and they were like, Luke, are you ever nervous or scared walking around with the camera? And I said, well, I've made over 1,000 videos. And absolutely, I'm still scared to make videos. Every single video, doesn't matter what it is. I still am thinking like, well, what are people going to think? Are people going to watch this? Are people going to get value from this? If I talk about this, are people going to get offended? Like all these different thoughts come up, but it's just like, as I've gotten older and I've done this for more time, I realize my focus has just changed. So when let me give you guys a visual. When I'm walking with my camera, which I actually haven't used this camera in a long time, when I'm walking with this, before I used to focus on like, there's people watching me. There's people watching me record. They're seeing people looking at me talking to a camera. Like, what are they thinking about me? And all this kind of stuff. So that would make you nervous. How you feel is based on what you focus on. So one of the things I started to realize is now when I film, the big difference now when I film is I'm filming and I'm thinking like, what does this person who I'm talking to in this camera need to hear today? That's what I focus on, and that's it. The people around me are irrelevant in the moment. And people who are over 50 right now, I think that so many times your focus is on other things. Your focus is on, well, because you're older, people are gonna look at you a certain way, but like you should have it figured out at 50. When the people I talk to, they don't. Because how can you have it figured out? Because you keep on going through different phases of your life and you're trying to figure things out. For me, as you guys know, I'm a pro athlete for 12 years. And as I was a pro athlete for 12 years, every season I'm trying to figure something out. Every season as a pro. And even before that, before you even get to the pro level, you're focused on different things and worried, like, am I going to make the team? But then you become a pro and it's like, how can I stay on this team? Then it's like, how can I be the best player on this team? Then it's like, how can I make this team the best we can be? How can I make all of the players on my team better? How can I create a legacy outside the basketball court? Then once I have that legacy, how can I sustain that legacy that I have outside the basketball court? What other charities and people can I give to help out? So you're always trying to figure it out. And I feel like people over 50 are a little bit forgotten now because it's like, well, you guys should have it figured out. That I think that's the mistake that young people, we're under. And I'm under 50, by the way. I can see some people's comments. No, I'm not over 50. You look 25. That's cool. I look 25 today. Let's say that. I like that. Let me see. But yeah, over 50 and scared. For people who are over 50, I just wanted to say that I hope that you realize that you have so much to offer. And I felt like I don't want people to feel kind of left out. I've been kind of left out a little bit and growing up, and I don't want people over 50 to feel left out, over 60, 70, 80 left out. Like your voice is needed. Your voice is needed. Like without question, like your voice is needed. And not only is your voice needed, but so many of us young people, and I'm not super young, but I think like, well, if there was a place where people had their voice out there who was older, it could provide so much value for people. Someone who's over 50, you've seen the world, how it's changed before social media. Like, what was that like? What is missing in our society now since we've had social media? Like, what is it like now for you traveling as someone older? So it's not that I only want to just create content just for young people, but I want to start encouraging older people that you're valuable. I want to encourage older people that if you can just share, it may seem stupid to be sitting in your home on a computer, talking to a camera and putting it out online, and you've never done that your whole life. I can understand how I can't imagine how scary that would be. But I think that you're forgetting how much value you provide for the young people. And anytime I meet someone, I met someone a while back and they were like 50, no, they were 60 something years old. And he was one of the most interesting guys I ever met. Met him here. He's done Mount Everest. He's climbed Kilimanjaro, all these huge mountain peaks, and he does all this stuff. And I asked him, I was like, have you written a book or anything? He's like, no, it's not for me. I don't think it'd be that interesting anyways. And I remember sitting there at breakfast looking at this guy who I think he's 60 something years old, has climbed all the highest peaks in the world. And I was like, what did you learn from that experience? And he just dropped all this knowledge on me. And I was like, I got lucky. I am lucky, but I got extra lucky today that I ran into you. I was like, I learned so much listening to you, bro. And like, I didn't try to convince him to do it, but I was just like, that's the only way I would have found you, as if I got lucky enough to run into you. And I think you need to understand, we live in a world where people can know who you are, know how your day was, know your thoughts, know the lessons you've learned. They can listen and watch that all day while you still spend time at home because of the internet. Because of the internet. And if you're under 50 years old, I don't understand like what would make you not share your knowledge online to help people. Because most people say they want to help people. So if you want to help people, wouldn't it be, do you think that it would be better or worse if you shared your experiences or shared the things you've learned online? And just doing that, because it's so funny, I was on a call with a client yesterday and we talked about this. I said, anytime you're asked to do something that's out of your comfort zone, anytime you're asked to do something that is outside of what you feel familiar with, your excuses start to show. Now, when I work with my clients, this is what we push to do because then it exposes more things. But for you listening right now, like you want to help the world, you want to see the world a better place. And do you think if you shared your thoughts and opinions, would that help the world be a better place? And if you don't even make it to that part, if you say, well, Luke, no, it's not that interesting, then you already don't even value yourself as an individual, which is a whole nother conversation. It's a whole nother conversation. But if you're like, well, I don't know who's going to watch me, that also shows that, well, you're still valuing the opinions of other people. I worked with a client yesterday, and one of the big things is they put stuff online, but they didn't value their worth, number one, and number two, they still were ruled by other people's opinions. Like, understand that when you're valuing other people's opinions, yes, people over 50, I know I'm young talking, but someone has to say it. And I care enough to say it, that if you value other people's opinions, whoever's opinions that you value higher than yours, they are your master. They are your master. Not your boss, they're your master. If you're so worried about impressing all these people, your neighbors, they are your masters. You're doing things for them. It's not even for you. It's not even for you that you're doing it. I think a lot of people are in shock. I met a lot of digital nomads that have been traveling around the world, and a lot of them, they just want to be a digital nomad because they just want to be a digital nomad. It looked cool. And then as I got to know them and I got to know people in this digital nomad space, I'm like, a lot of them work 10 hours a day, 14 hours a day. They work longer hours, get paid less than when they had a normal job. But they have this image up there, this image of like, I'm here taking pictures at this cafe, but I'm like, you've been in that cafe for 10 hours. I see you here every morning driving by. And it doesn't show a realization of what's actually happening. It's why video is so important. I'm reading a book called Thou Shalt Prosper by Rabbi Lapin. And he talks about it, not for religious purposes, but a lot of my mentors talked about this book, so I've been reading it. And it's interesting because one of the things that they were talking about was how pictures just don't tell the full story. You see someone's picture and you think that they're like, I could post a picture here when I arrived in Mexico having a taco in a Lamborghini and whatever. That doesn't tell the whole story. It doesn't tell the story of, oh man, I've just been stressed out the last few months and this taco's gonna hurt my stomach, but I'm gonna eat it anyways. And I kind of miss home. I'm feeling kind of lost. Like that's what's missing in our world, is the actual realness of what is. The actual realness of what is, like what is going on in your life? Like what is it? And people are like, well, Luke, I don't want to say what, actually, I'm gonna put a link here, guys. So if someone wanted to jump on here and say something, I love hearing you all's opinions as well. Do I want to do that? Maybe, let me see. Let's copy it, just in case I want to do it. But honestly, I think that so many of you guys, if you can just put yourself out there, the experiences, and just be real. Like, I'm 25, I don't know what to do with my life. Like what's wrong with that? What's wrong with being 55 or 65 and not knowing what to do with your life? Like, what's wrong with that? Like, what's the big deal? For me, I tell people like, yeah, I was 28 and I was starting to think that I didn't want to be a pro athlete anymore. I wanted to do other things. But I had to fit this mold of like, well, it's good money. I have a lot of freedom. I love what I do, but I think there's more out there for me. I don't know what, but I need to jump and do it. I'm reading you guys' comment. Lexi, I'm glad. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, bro. You're good soul. Keep being honest to yourself. Absolutely. We all need to be honest. What's up, Ray? Ray, you're one of my favorite people, by the way. Luke, as I learn new languages, I realize how much I want to learn about other cultures. Sometimes I want to ask the elders of their life story and their native culture. I'm 30 years old. I'm the same way. Ray, I'm the same exact way. I'm the same way. This is how I am. I'm like, I'm so curious. Like people are like, did you go and see these tourist places? And I'm like, no. I literally go across my street and I talk to the older people there and listen to them. And I just love to be around people, not even older people, but just people who are from here, and just talk to them and spend my days doing that. And that's so fun to me. People expect a lot of things like, well, adventure show us here. And I'm like, I don't know. I go around where I live. I go across the street from my apartment. I know all the people in my city, in my little small town. And I love that. But sometimes we feel like we need to justify why we love it to people. And you feel like you're going through an early midlife crisis that I will not live to experience and learn it all. This is what scares me. And the most now is that I'm currently wanting to live to learn it all. I mean, that's a sign. You should look up, Ray, what a Saturn return is if you say you're 30. Because right around 29 or 30, I'm not really into all that stuff, the Saturn return, but around 29 is when I felt like, like, what do I have to show for all this stuff that I'm doing? And guys, you guys are all talking like you're 30, 28, 37. Like I'm 35. Like, and I'm the same. And to be honest, I left the States at 22 years old. So at 22, and I left the States, and I haven't lived there since. And at 17, I left Cleveland. So I was born in Cleveland, but I left there at 17 to go to college. I went to Kentucky to go to college, to university. And I was there for 5 years. And right after that, I went straight to Australia for 2 years, Germany for 1 year, France for 8 years, Bali for 2 years. And now it's going to be 1 year here in Mexico. And it's like, I'm more hungry than ever before. This is what people don't understand. If you're doing it the way, I don't want to say right and wrong, because I think that's such a very subjective thing, because what's right in one place is wrong in another. But I think if you're doing things aligned, what happens is you just want more. You want more. As I meet more people, I want to meet more people. As I learn more languages, I want to learn more languages. So you see that there's more out there. Every time you go higher, imagine you're in a building, and every floor you go higher, when you look out the window, you can see more. So this is how life is, because imagine if every year, let's say some of you, I think Lexi, you're 28 years old. Lexi's on level 28. What Lexi sees at 28 isn't the same that she saw when she was at 15. And Ray is at level 30, and they don't see the same thing that they saw at 28. I'm at level 35. I don't see the same thing as I saw at 34. Because now you're learning more things. You look at things a different way. So this is like the thing you need to understand. So your hunger grows. But the most beautiful thing, if I could share something with you guys that's really helped me, and I share this with people that I talk to, and you have to understand that everything that you're doing, you being here on this live session, you wanting to learn more, travel more, do more, be more, have more, everything is doing two things for you in life at all times. It's either satisfying your desire or it's increasing your desire. Everything that you guys are doing right now is either satisfying your desire or it's increasing it. Some of you guys want to travel the world and just be free and do whatever you want to do, and you're not. You're at work in a place you don't like to be. It's increasing your desire. And some of you guys, don't underestimate the power of a desire. Don't underestimate the power of a desire. I tasted what it was like to be a pro athlete. So when people were like, you can't be a pro, you're too short, you came from a small school, like it didn't matter. It just made me want it more. And then when I got super hungry, I just did whatever for it. I would have went overseas. Yes, I love playing, getting paid and all that, but I would have went over there for free. That's what some of these teams don't know. These teams that are paid, they don't know. I would have done it for free. And once you get to that certain level, nothing stops you. Nothing. Some of you want to travel. I have one friend I talked to, and she's really, really popular in the online space, very much known for travel. And she was like, she just got to Bali, and she was writing me because I just need to help them out with some stuff. They wrote me and they were just like, I waited 9 months for this moment. And I was like, you waited 9 months for what moment? She said, this moment, I practiced learning Indonesian for 9 months before I got here. Like, that is what desire can do. Some of you all haven't traveled, but your dream has always been to go to Europe, or your dream has always been to go to Indonesia or Asia. Like, what if you spent your time right now learning about it? Like, my dream was always to travel. That's what I love to do. I love it. Like, without question, because I love meeting people. I love getting to learn how different cultures work. I love applying that to me. And I'm really starting to learn that the more that I share this with people, it cracks people open to see things differently. It's one reason why I took a break from making just entertaining videos, because like it's like at the end of the day, a lot of you guys have already felt this. When you are living your dream, you dreamed of something, sometimes even the life you don't like right now, it was a dream at one point. But you have to understand what happens when you're in the dream and you start to dream. Where does that take you? When you're in the dream, you're living the dream. If you're there, when you start to dream again, where does that take you? Because I was dreaming to be a pro athlete, to have money, to be able to live and to play basketball and to be in different countries. And now I have that. But now what is my dream? My dream is like, well, now I'm here, but I only have 2 months free to travel. And I spend every moment traveling. I document every single moment traveling. But I really love to inspire people. And I really love to meet people. I really love just walking around and doing nothing. Like, everyone watches the vlog like I had something to do. I had nothing to do. I was just in a country in Prague or in Poland. I didn't know anyone. Like, I just wanted to go to a country and walk around. I remember my friends called me when I went to Poland the first time because everyone was scared. And by the way, guys, I wrote a book called Poland My Way. It's about my first journey when I went to Poland. You guys might want to check that out on Amazon. A little bit of self-promotion, but it talks about the story of my first trip and how scared I was and everything. And as I started to do that, I just wanted to walk around. And people were like, Luke, why are you in Poland? I remember my friend called me like, why are you in Poland right now? And I was like, I don't know. They're like, what are you doing? I was like, I just walk around, really. I just walk around and talk to people. And it kind of just blows people's minds. Like, what? Like, we think you don't have to have this beautiful reason of why you're doing it. Like, what if you just said, I'm doing it because my heart is really calling me to do this. My heart is just really calling me to do this right now. And what if you just were okay? What happens if you just became okay with not knowing why or the main reason? What if it was just your heart telling you to do something and you just followed it for that reason? Some people don't know this, but if you're married or you're dating, the person that you met, you probably just had a calling to go to this place. And you went there and that's where you met them. You don't know why you went. You weren't even supposed to go, but you ended up doing it and that's what changed your life. Talk to anyone in Bali and everyone has that story. I was supposed to be there for 5 days. I was supposed to be there for 2 weeks and I stayed for a month. Me, I was supposed to be in Bali for 5 days and that turned into 30 days and that 30 days turned into almost 2 years, turned into 1 year and 9 months. And I couldn't explain it to people. We think you don't owe an explanation to anybody. You don't owe an explanation to anyone. Like some of you, it's such a burning feeling that you need to be traveling and you need to be going and meeting people and expanding your mind. It's eating you alive inside. You think about it every day. You think about it every day. Now it's just, you create a way to make that happen. Create a way to make it happen. Like you gotta, probably one of my books, or I'll probably run a program on this, you gotta learn to build while you're falling. You gotta learn to build while you're in the air. Like this is something you have to remember. You gotta build while you're falling, jump, build while you're flying. Because you might call it falling, but someone taking a picture might think it's flying. But this is something you need to know. Like, it's vital that you learn how to do this. And at the end of the day, first of all, send me a message and we can talk about it. But at the end of the day, you guys need to learn to live with uncertainty. It's the number one thing. Live with uncertainty. Things I'm not sure how it's going to work out, but I can live with that. Because my mentor always tells us the quality of our life is determined by the amount of uncertainty we can live with. You like that one, right? You need to learn to live the quality of your life. The quality of your life is determined by the amount of uncertainty that you can live with. Not survive with, live with. And some of you can't live with uncertainty. I find people over 50, 60, 70, you've lived a life of such certainty, knowing when you're getting your paycheck, knowing when you're going to work, knowing when vacation is, knowing what time the kids are coming home, knowing what your husband or wife loves to eat, knowing the everywhere around you where you live, knowing all your neighbors. So to embrace uncertainty at that age, at over 50, is the scariest thing in the world, because you've lived your whole life being certain of everything. So you think. If you can't live with uncertainty, you're going to struggle. It doesn't matter how much money you make. You're going to be lit. You have to be able to live with it, because nothing is certain. What is certain in your life? Find one thing. You can't even prove that you're going to wake up tomorrow. So what the hell would you be waiting for? You know, and I guess to end it on this note is for people over 50 and younger even. And I saw someone, I'm going to get to some of these comments in a second. I saw some people say that, you know, I feel like I'm going through this little early midlife crisis. And I don't think you understand the average age people live is 75 years old. In some countries, it's 60 years old. In Indonesia, in Asia, I think it was like 50 something years old. So you tell me this, if the age expectancy is whatever, 75 years old, when is midlife? People act like midlife crisis is supposed to happen at 50. If you're from the States, midlife is 37. And sometimes if you're lucky and you listen to that voice in your head, you realize it when you're way younger than that. Because something clicks in your mind, is like, I'm supposed to be doing more than this. This can't be everything that's out there. It's like, find something that you'd be willing to die for. And I can end on this, and I'll get to the comments. And I made a program. If you guys are interested, write me and I'll get you the information. I'm thinking of running it again, Operation Abroad. And it talks all about breaking out, living with uncertainty, breaking out of that so that you guys can, and at the same time, creating a monetary standpoint so you can just have that freedom to travel. Because it's about freedom. It's not about traveling, guys, because you can be a digital nomad and work 12 hours a day and never have any time. And then for me, that's like a living hell. It's about time, setting your life up so you have time. It's what I work with my clients on, is to get them time. Doesn't matter how many clients I have. My clients are 1 or 2 days a week that I do everything, so I can have the other 5 days to do whatever I want to do. It's the time. That's what makes it valuable. But I'll end on this note. And by the way, for you guys who are here watching, what I'll do is I'll give away 3 clarity calls from this live session. Clarity calls, if you guys want to go into my description, send me an email, say I'm interested in the clarity call. It's a free coaching session I give to my communities. I'll give it to you. We can talk. If things work the best, we can work together. If not, you'll have at least a free session pointing out some things that you didn't realize that maybe was holding you back and is probably killing you, but you don't even realize it. That's a gift I'll give out. I'll give out 3 of them. So the first 3 people that send me an email, say I'm interested in a clarity call, we'll set up a call and we'll be on one, okay? But I want to end on this note. You're going to like this. You're going to like this one. Hold on, I need some more water for this one. We're going to end on this and you're going to like it. Find something you'd be willing to die for. I want you to think about that. What is something you would die for? Find something you would die for, my friend, and live for that. Find something you would die for and live for that. Me dying traveling, that's beautiful. Dying doing what I love, live for it. You love helping people, live for it. And stop listening to people who are too scared to live out their own dreams, or have just convinced themselves that they are living the dream, but they refuse to go to sleep again in their dream because they're scared to have a second dream inside the dream, because that would mean that they'd have to do something that they're scared to do, and they don't know how to do things that they're scared to do. Thank you. Thank you very much. I think that's the end of today's session. I had nothing planned. Just wanted to create some more content for people over 50. But now I'm going to get to the comments real quick and I'm going to go. I got to get some tacos. Haven't eaten yet today. So True Luke, one of the languages that I was told was hard is Chinese. Now I learned to speak it as a Black person. I'm so amazed myself and I want to learn hard. That's amazing, Ray. That's amazing. And by the way, if you made as a Black person, if you made a video speaking Chinese in like a Chinatown or your area on YouTube, and you can get the Chinese market to tap into that YouTube video, you could be a millionaire pretty quickly. Greetings from Poland. That's what you teach me, Luke, is to follow my heart and be more clear in my feelings and thoughts. You put so much into a new and different. Absolutely. Ray, that's what it's about. Ray, drop me a message on Instagram or an email. I want to give you need to be in this. You need a session. I think it'll be very beneficial. I don't care if there's 10 people who give it, I'm giving you one, Ray. If you reach out to me today, lukelifecharms@gmail.com, or send me a IG message, I'm going to hook you up and we're going to talk this week. I feel like you and one other person here, you guys are about to explode. You're already at that point of like, you can taste it. It's there, and you just need that little bit of a breakthrough. Lexi, I'm so glad you need to hear this. I'm so glad. We suffer more in imagination than reality. Absolutely, Melanin. Absolutely. I think I forgot to read a comment from you. In Asia for 5 years, moving to Africa next week. Who knows? Amazing. I love that. But at the same time, Melanin, the thing that I think is so important is for people like you who have done that is to make content talking about how scared you were when you had to do that, making that decision, because you say it like it's so simple and easy, and it is. But there's so much clutter in people's mind. I think that you just sharing your story, Melanin, would be so inspirational for people. Okay. Student, I'm 34. I'm confused. I also want to travel like you, and I don't know how. One thing my mentor says, and I really believe this now as well, is never start with how, my friends. Never start with how. How, shoot yourself in the foot. Because if you say, I don't know how to do it, or how am I going to do it? Well, you don't know how to do it. So to start with a question that you obviously don't know the answer to is challenge. Find a question that you can start with what? That's level 1. this is why I tell just very basic knowledge. If this is a group program, as I find a question that starts with what skill do I need to learn? What do I need to stop doing? Like, this is like level one. You can find a new question, you get a new answer, you'll take different actions, okay? Take different actions, you get different results. But if you really want to go in depth, this is what I do with my clients, is start your question, not with how, not with what, start your question with who. And I know that. And student, if you send me an email today, I will give out a second clarity call to you, a guaranteed locked in spot, because I'm close to that age and I understand what that's like. I understand what that's like, and understand that, and I can give this is some free information for all of you here. Any of you guys saying what you want, I can almost promise you, from working with, I don't know if it's been thousands, but working with a lot of people, working with a lot of paid and unpaid, but my paid clients, because they're invested, and they mean more when they're in these calls with me. I can almost guarantee you that what you say you want isn't actually what you want, okay? It's not. Most of the time, it's what you want is just the bridge to get what you really want. I'll say that again. Most of the time, what you say you want, the first thing you say you want is never what you want. It's usually just what you want is the bridge to get what you really want. You say you want travel, but if I just said you could travel, but you need to work for me for 12 hours a day, I think you change that. There's something else that you want that travel will bring you. Exactly. Yeah, I want freedom to go wherever I want, wherever I want, whenever I want. That's beautiful. I love that. That's a beautiful thing. And time. So there's something that needs to be set up there for you to have that freedom to go wherever you want, whenever you want. And more importantly, where do you want to go? That's what I would say. I love that, Mark, your daughter. I love that. You live. I love that. I love that. But what about for you? For you, personally, deep down, we have to put ourselves first, my friends. I'm going to read you guys a quote. I highly recommend you guys check this book out, by the way. It's called Self-Love Poetry. Self-Love Poetry is the name of the book. And I just finished the book the other day and I actually talked to the author. So that was amazing. I'm trying to find this quote real quick. I can't find it. I guess I'll post it somewhere. But one of the quotes things here that I really like, I like a lot of them, but one of them is, the thing you're avoiding is most likely the key to you fully claiming your worth. Go there. The thing that you're avoiding. Here you go. This is the quote I was looking for. You can't pour from an empty cup, but you can't drink from an empty cup either. Pour the glass, drink the water, you first. You first. Little thought. Gotta send a quick message real quick. I'm gonna get back to you guys. I'm gonna get to your guys' comments in 1 second, just responding to some things on here. One second. Okay, get these last things real quick. My freedom, my children and grandchildren freedom. Amazing. So the thing, Devin, would be, well, what would allow that? You to have freedom. First, before you got to children, before grandchildren, all that. And what's up from Kiev, Ukraine? Привіт, як справа? Як справа? When I need to find a skill I can capitalize so I can live off of it. That's nice, but that's what everyone needs. But people really don't do that. Yeah, so for you guys who are saying this for breakthrough, here, I'm gonna write my email right here. I usually don't do this. I usually make people work for it. Because I have spots available in my coaching. I don't usually announce on YouTube because I get too much people that I have to filter out. Lukelifecharms. Some of you guys wanting a breakthrough, we'll do a breakthrough call and we'll see where you're at. You'll at least get some things pointed out for you, and then we'll take it from there, okay? Thank you, but I need to overcome the fear as well, as we will be stuck. Being stuck is not an option. One foot in front of the other. Absolutely. And then at the end of the day, it's like, think about, what does that mean if I'm stuck? If I'm stuck, does that mean I can't get out? Does that mean life is over? Or does that mean I just need to figure out, need to build something else? And Lexi, I think you should as well send me an email as well, so I can give out some clarity calls for you guys. I'll send you a link and we'll jump on a call. For me, it's like every place I want to go, you have been. That's how I found you. Bali was one of those. Oh, nice. I want to go there. I was afraid because of the uncertainty, not knowing where it would lead me. Absolutely. But that's not actually true, Lexi. You weren't afraid because of the uncertainty and not knowing where it would lead me. What you would have been scared of is you would have been scared that it would lead you somewhere you don't want to go. Because if I answer that question, oh, it would lead you to freedom and fulfillment and meeting people and starting a business and all these kind of things, you'd be like, oh, hell yeah, I'm in. So it's something deeper than that. It's something deeper. It's always something deeper than that, usually. Okay? Because everyone says they're scared. They're scared of something. I'm scared of the test, but no one's scared of a test. You're actually scared of failing in the test. Okay? You're not scared of traveling. You're scared of maybe running out of money. Or maybe you're not scared of running out of money. You're scared that you won't meet anyone. Like, everyone has the thing that they're scared of, but understand that first. And that'll usually open up some things in the mind. Drop me an email. I'm giving out, I guarantee 2 people spots. I'll give out 2 more clarity calls, guys. So you send me an email today only, and I'll write you back and we'll schedule a clarity call, a one-on-one, a free coaching session that I do. The best case scenario, well, you'll walk away there with clarity, but the best case is that we can continue that relationship on for even longer, to get you even super clear and get you making some money and having fun. I feel like I just need to stop it and stop fearing. But, you have to understand, Lexi, that our brain doesn't understand negatives. So saying I need to stop doing this, that's not a direction. Like, you still need to go somewhere. You're driving the car and you're saying, I just need to stop. But what does that mean? Now you stop, now what? What are you actually going to do? It'd be better off saying, I need to go left, or I need to go right. I need to go east. I need to go south. Our brain doesn't understand negatives. Just like I can say, don't think of the yellow elephant. Don't think of a blue elephant. Don't think of a red dog. All you're doing is thinking of what I'm saying. When in reality, you shouldn't be thinking of anything, because I'm telling you not to. About what I said about uncertainty, I have to know that financially I'm covered if anything happens. I've literally started a job last week. Okay, Lexi, so are you covered if anything happens if you start a job? Lexi, if I gave you $1 million, are you covered if anything happens? You're not. You're only covered up to $1 million if something happens. If someone gets sick or someone really needs help and they have to go through therapy sessions and all this, you can blow through $1 million like this. So the question is, who are you when you're not when you don't think you're financially covered? The only time you felt anxious when you tell, I remember I'm going to be fine and skilled enough to do. Absolutely. At the end, it's so much trust in yourself. So currently working on the financial freedom. I love that. I love that. Hey, Luke, how's it going? First solo trip to Paris in January. Any tips? Enjoy, because you got 2 options every time, my friends. You can walk away from the fear. You can run away from you can run away. I'm trying to think of how I want to phrase this. You can walk away. You can go and do things with the fear, or you can walk away with the fear. Okay? You can do things with the fear, or you can walk away with the fear. You're still fearful either way. You have to understand, you're still scared either way. Like someone who says, like, I want to travel because I'm scared that I won't be able to keep going financially. You're already scared that you aren't going to keep going financially in the life that you have now. You're just one little accident or one thing away from hitting that fear. And what if you trusted yourself? You just trusted yourself that no matter what, I got me. Top 3 destinations you've been to: Poland, Asia, and Mexico. Say, it's kind of sexy. We will all have stuff to deal with. It will be here. Absolutely. I love that, Melon. That's beautiful. So much opportunity to see and actually being part of the world. Absolutely, it's beautiful. Yeah. And here's the thing, guys. You can always go back home and get a job. Like, you can always do that. You can always go home and get a job. So you could go run out of money and go back home and just get a job. I've thought about it a lot of times. I was like, oh, maybe I want to go home. I thought about it recently. Like, I want to go home. I want to be with my family for like a month. But like my coaching and all that, it takes like 1 day a week, 2 days a week. I cram all my stuff into it, or I don't cram it. I really love doing it. But it's like it takes 2 days a week, and I have like 5-6 days a week free that I'm just sitting around at home. And I don't want to sit around and not do anything, you know? And I was like, I was telling my sister, I was like, I think I might just get a job, like work at Walmart or something. Like, I just want to go somewhere so I can not only justify that month, but I get to meet people and be around people. And if I don't like it, I just leave. You know, I want to go home for a few weeks. I haven't done it. And it'd be cool to do that. There's no harm in that. So I think that this is one of the same things that you should understand. You can always go back and do stuff. You know? So this is fear. Like, whatever you fear, you already are feeling, guys. What you're fearing, you already feel. What you're scared to feel, you already feel that. I don't feel like I'm enough and I can be there to support these people. You already don't feel like that. You could at least be happy. What would that do? Like, what happens if you guys travel and you meet people who change your life? You don't think that when you go to a new country, your brain is going to think differently? You're going to see things and realize ways that you can help serve people even more. You're going to share that journey like me. I share my journey on here, and that opens up so many opportunities. Like, people donate money to me. People reach out to me with opportunities. People do all these different things. But that doesn't happen if you don't jump. The rewards come with jumping, not from staying still. Look at the other people around you who are doing it on the path that you're on, and you can see exactly where you're going to go. So I hope this helped you all out. Over 50 and scared. I think we talked a lot about it, but we also talked about some other things. But going to have some videos coming out soon. Those clarity calls for people who want the one-on-ones, free coaching session that I do. And yeah, send me an email today, lukelifecharms@gmail.com, or reach out to me on Instagram. I'll get back to Instagram fastest. Yeah, I think that's kind of it, people. I think I might have to go get some food real quick. Haven't eaten anything yet. Let's see. Oh, just tapped in 20 seconds ago. First thing I hear you say is that you can have fear either way. I needed it. Oh, I'm so glad. And thank you for your support. I appreciate it. That's it. You walk with fear. Oh, that's how it goes. You walk with fear, or you walk away with the fear. You walk with the fear, you walk away with the fear. Guys, you know, I've made thousands of videos, not thousands, I made over 1,000 videos on YouTube. Every time I put out a video, I'm scared. I'm fearful that people aren't going to watch it. The views are already going down. Like, it's not going to help people. Like, I need to do the thumbnail. Like, all these things come to my mind. But I walk with the fear. And I do it anyways. Because if not, what happens is I don't put out a video and I just am scared to do it and I never do it. Like, people who are scared to swim. Like, they're like, I'm scared of drowning. Well, you still are scared of drowning. You just don't know how to swim. That's the only difference now. And that's not even funny, but it's the most real thing. It's like, I'm not going to learn how to swim because I'm scared to drown. I'm not going to learn how to swim because I'm scared to drown. So it's like, okay, cool. So now you walk away from the pool, you don't learn how to swim, and now you're still scared of drowning, except you're scared of drowning and you have no idea how to swim. That's basically what it is. You could either learn how to swim and learn that you can drown at any minute if you stop moving, but you know how to swim because you trust yourself to swim, or you can walk away and be scared of drowning and you have no idea how to swim. For some of you, you have no idea how to live your life with uncertainty. You have no idea how to do it. Therefore, since you don't know how to live your life with uncertainty, you keep your life in places that you're certain of. But in reality, you don't understand that whatever you're certain of, it's only an illusion, because you actually have control of nothing. If you think that that's not true, find something that you have control over that you actually think you do. If you actually think you do, and I think your mind will be blown. So whatever you fear, you're feared anyways. I have someone who I'm scared my partner's going to leave me. Like, well, you fear that. Like, it's a fear. Like, you already feel like your partner has left you. So because you feel that, because you fear it, you are putting out that energy as if they have. And usually that results, what's at the end? I wonder what's at the end of that energetic string. Okay. And by the way, guys, also a cool thing to announce, I have a book coming out that talks about this. So it's one of the best books I've ever done. It's my book from my coaching. I totally forgot about it because they're editing it right now, because I haven't edited any of my books. All 3 books that I've released, they've never been edited. I just do it and put it out there. That's how I jump. I jump like that. I'm like, I can edit it later. But the book that I have, it's like I can't say the name of it. It's a guide to life. I can't say the name yet. It's not 100% published, but it's going to be out soon. And it's a quick read. I'm hoping like an hour and 15 minutes, dealing with uncertainty, what you focus on, what things mean to you. That it's all summed up in that book. So I'm excited for that. Actually, I forgot to say. And now that's going to be out hopefully in like 2 weeks. I might do a pre-order of it. And it's not expensive, guys. I'll make it. All my books are like $11.11. Love that number, by the way. And yeah, super excited. But on the note, guys, I'm gonna get some tacos. I'm a little late for lunch, haven't eaten yet. But okay. I love you all. I appreciate you guys. Any questions you guys have, leave it on the comments of this video, not in the chats right now. Leave it in the comments. And I'll make a lot of videos this week, or I'll make some more videos coming up this week talking about some of this stuff. I want to but your comments help me to get more clear on what it is that you guys need, because I want to be able to serve you the best I can. And the more clear you are, the more that I can put things out that really fit your needs. Okay. Yeah, I'll have the book on pre-sale. Like, they're editing. I got an email today. They're editing it right now, and they are and they told me it'll be ready in a day. And then I just need to upload the Kindle, and then it'll be out. Okay. So I'm excited for it. I promise you, this is the book you need to check. If you've never bought any of my books, this one, I promise you, I can't explain too much about it, but the whole book, I channeled the whole book, like everything from my soul, from people I talked to. I wrote everything out. I held nothing back in it. So yes. Yeah, you guys who want the clarity call, my email, it's just my name, lukelifecharms@gmail.com. Going to choose some of you guys, give you out a clarity call. The best thing that happens out of there is you go and get clarity 100% walking away from the call. And most of the time, if it's a good fit, sometimes it's not. And I only work with people if it's a great fit. We can continue that in a coaching container relationship. So, yep, that's it. Yes, Lexi, I'm going to go eat. I'm starving. So talk to you guys later. Love you. Don't beat yourself up. Don't be hard on yourself. You just learned new stuff today. And that's going to be applied to everything else you do. So you've already changed your life by listening today. So take care. Lucas, thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it, brother. And yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next video, probably coming up soon. Love you guys. Take care. Thank you. It's been an honor, pleasure.